y'all doing? Welcome to a fabulous Tuesday. I am so happy to be here and to have my fabulous guests here today. Before we introduce them, though, let's do a little housekeeping. Let's talk about a couple of our sponsors today. First off, hey, let's say hi.
Hi.
We have got to change this music, Lando. I'm going to fall asleep. I cannot do this. I'm really sorry. I am trying. I am trying so hard to keep the energy up. And I'm just like, yeah, it's nice. Yeah, this looks lovely.
I need to take the time to get more music options because honestly, most of it is I have no idea what the fuck is gonna happen. So I try to have like these general kind of musics to kind of follow the mood.
Well,
so
I
need to have more options for sure.
So we're planning on I'm planning on starting a sort of behind the scenes mini game day after our Wednesday streams on the Discord. And we can absolutely, one of those days can be picking music for different
that'd be awesome.
Like, because we can totally do like we are going to have a Delver's Dream music, we're going to have Brine Bridge music, we're going to have like different music for each country that sort of gives us that thing, and we'll get some battle musics, and we'll get some calm musics, and we'll get like some suspenseful music. So we can absolutely
I love it.
Thank you for shifting that up. I did not realize how close to falling asleep in my chair I was like, oh no.
I mean, we can always do battle music.
No. not quite yet. We want to start it gently.
Start something.
I
feel that.
Okay, I'm gonna try this again. All right, are you ready? All right, I'm gonna count us in. 3, 2. Hey everybody, welcome.
A wee bit of a restart.
Yep. Cold restart.
Let's talk about our fabulous sponsors today. First, let's talk about D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond is amazing. We love them very much. They are the thing that keeps me from losing my goddamn mind all the time, because they keep things organized for me. And it makes me very happy. And every time there's a new book, I get the new book and all of the fun stuff that comes with it. So definitely go check out D&D Beyond. They're absolutely fabulous. If you want to see any of the sponsors, you can go down to the links in the About section below the Twitch and check everyone out. Also, let's talk about Hero Forge. Fabulous miniature building, Hero Forge. They are delightful. They create beautiful minis, both in 2 dimensions, 3 dimensions, and actual real life. So if you want a fabulous 3D model, like you can see behind us. Yeah, no, real life dimensions, which is technically 4th dimension because they do exist in time that way. So I love Hero Forge. I think they're fabulous. I see Josh holding up one of his fabulous Hero Forge accessories. Delightful, because he thinks he's better than us. Well, Josh, now that you think you're better than us,
that's
why don't you?
I guess we'll see.
Why don't you tell us a little about yourself, there, Josh? Welcome, Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm not better than anybody else by any means. These people here are absolutely fantastic. My name is Josh. Hello. I'm playing a character who you will meet in a little bit. This side, that side, this side, that side.
Other way. Other side. There we go. That side.
There we go.
That's it.
Putting it as a go.
Yeah.
You'll meet him in a little bit.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm Josh.
Him in a little bit. Where can we find you? All over the intranets.
All over the internet. You can find me currently. I am doing a game called The Viscous Cycle with Roll Together RPG, who are a brilliant friend of this channel. I also am working with a group called Queen's Court Games. They are mainly a podcasting group at the moment, but they are branching into Twitch soon, which is something I'm helping with. And there is another channel that I'm going to be a part of soon, which is still in the works, and it's called Tailweaver.
Yay! I love it.
Sounds
Makes
cool.
me very, very happy. It's going to be delightful. And now you're part of this channel too.
Yes, I'm everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yay! All of the things. It's all of the many things. And having met our delightful Josh. Oh, Gabe, thank you
Aw.
for resubscribing. 7 months. You've been with us 7 months. That's I think in how many are we? It's April now.
I just
So
just
we're
got a notification
11
for
months.
11. Yeah.
Yeah, 11 months. We're closing in on a year, on 1 year, soon to be. Oh,
We gotta do
very
something
excited
big.
about that.
Could you imagine?
Well, I think that our May fundraiser will be pretty huge. I might try to do like a multiple day stream or something like that.
Ooh.
Doing something crazy. But thank you for the sub. And let's look at a couple more of our fabulous sponsors. Let's look at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. They are a fabulous mobile game where you get to play delightful Champions of the Forgotten Realms, of course. Yay! I do like Minsk. I really enjoy Caddy Breed, but my favorite is Jarlaxle because he's got the best hat. And that's the most important thing, is having a good hat. So if you don't have a good hat, you're gross. So I'm really sorry, everybody, but you're all officially gross now because you don't have fabulous hats.
You don't have the hat, don't talk to me. You know?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna just shut this whole thing down. You know?
And we're done.
Yeah, and finished. Also, let's say hi to Souls Rolls and to Realm Warp Media, both delightful institutions in their own right, and working together very shortly as they will be. They're going to be unstoppable. Realm Warp is a publishing house for TTRPG content. They have got dozens of books on both Drive Through RPG and DM's Guild. Please go check them out. Say hey, they are also the official publisher of our Magnificent Mythologies through the Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming. So definitely go say hi. And Souls Rolls is a delightful individual who has a website dedicated to helping people get through issues in both their life and their business. Go check him out. Go grab a half an hour with him. It'll solve an enormous amount of problems. I spent an hour with him and solved like 2 years worth of business issues. And that is glorious. In addition, his website is full of fabulous articles on things like how to avoid burnout and how to make sure that self-care is in fact caring and not just performative, because that is a thing. Well, thank you for the bits, Gabe. I love it. You guys get a little +2. Keep track of that. You have 1 +2 so far. It makes me very happy. There's and hey, why don't you tell me what happened with Reginald last week?
Last week Reginald did a lot of things. He touched an eyeball. He managed to help make some armor, and he managed to fall in love. Well, love is a strong word.
Managed to get infatuated with the queen of the halfling pirates.
But I don't know if it's meant to be. I think she's just into me for my amazing intellect.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's probably it. She is surrounded by, like, drunken idiots all the time.
That's fair.
So,
wow.
true.
There's yes. So let's finish up our fabulous sponsors. We have got Gemmed Firefly, of course, who is the merchandiser for the Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming. So if you want some fabulous FIG merchandise, you can head over to that link in the chat right now. If you want to go grab a fabulous t-shirt or some mugs, delightful things like that, it's going to be absolutely glorious. There's also, of course, Phoenix Dice.
Ooh.
Hey, you filthy dice goblins. If you want more dice to roll around in, hit !raffle. And you will be entered to win Phoenix Dice. The lovely thing about Phoenix Dice is they make everything from recycled materials because they love the world we live in just as much as the worlds we play in. And the beautiful thing about winning Phoenix Dice here on Play Nerd Allies is you get to pick any dice set that you want. not just a specific one, anything in their whole store you can have, which is delightful and exciting. So, thank you all for being here. And Diraxis, why don't you tell me what happened to you last week?
Um, above table. I just want to make sure I remember because that feels like more a month ago.
70 years ago, yeah.
So it ended with the thing dying, and then we basically like harvested it, and we didn't really do like a crazy amount. Okay. All right, cool.
No, and then everybody died, and then everybody came back to life,
I must have missed that actually. We had like a session around the whatever it's called, like the big space worm, and we basically like took turns like taking parts from it and like turning it into all these sorts of creative things. The thing I got was like its like intestines, I think, and now where we choose, or I don't know exactly like the mechanics of it, but we can have a portal to where its stomach was. So it's like a demi-plane or something along those lines, which is interesting. But I basically have like a 6 foot long piece of, I think it was like.
Well, you're not going to carry that with you. That's going back to Delver Street.
Oh yeah, well that's good because I didn't really want that. It's like a lot of responsibility that I don't really want.
I get it.
We got some like scales. We got like an eyeball. Reginald did some
all
things.
Kinds of fabulous
a lot of people
stuff.
did some things. It was good. It was nice. I liked it.
Yeah, very nice.
The
nice
jerky
chill.
was really tasty, actually.
It's like the closest we'll get to a beach episode.
Yeah, just
Probably.
harvested.
You were on a beach.
Yep. Yeah, things happen on a beach. That should count.
No, it's fine. There is Baltor. We got visited by a couple of old friends, Baltor and Balmir, and Cardle. Right. And they, because of some amazing rolling, Baltor and Balmir now have a pet Dragonbone Golem.
That's right.
It was made from the teeth of the Astral Dreadnought. So there's now a giant bone dragon curled up. Like, so I just want to go over just real quick. Like, so in Delver's Dream currently, so over the last year, we have taken this from a couple of tents in front of a big adamantium door to now a small sort of town made of gorgeous stonework, everything just beautiful and glorious. That is now filled with, oh my God, thank you for the raid roll together. That's amazing. Yay! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. We were just talking about what was going on here. We were talking about, we just got to 11 months. So we are talking about what has happened over the course of the last 11 months and how Delver's Dream, the city that we are based out of, has gone from like a collection of tents to a thriving town filled with now several stores, a tavern, a huge interdimensional marketplace, an entire temple complex, with characters like Ingrath the Lich, the Florid, a beholder made completely of flowers, Diadem and her sorority of dryads, riding around on their pet phoenix.
Not to mention like 15 or 20 player characters that are just
Absolutely.
hanging around. There's so many
things. We also have a black dragon in the treasury. We've got a new soul dragon on top of the tower. We now have a dragon bone golem around the B&B Baubles shop. There's a lot going on over in Delvers, and I cannot wait for our world building stream to actually explore that, like really start digging into what all of that craziness is. So yes, thank you. Instead of going over all the sponsors again, what I will say is if you'd like to see our fabulous sponsors, they're all in the About section down below our little Twitch stream that you are watching. And for those of you who rated, you might notice a familiar face on screen. Josh has just jumped over. He's time traveled right over here, right in front of your very eyes, and is playing with us now. And there is going to be a delightful little surprise later on from him.
Oh.
Now, does anybody want to play some D&D? Maybe.
Is that even a question, Kyle?
Yeah, let's.
I want to play some D&D.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Here we go. Remember, chat, this isn't just us playing. This is you playing too. There are a million ways for you to interact with the crew as we jump into our adventure. Anytime somebody does subs or bits or anything like that, there are ways they get things like legendary resistances, pluses and minuses. Channel points can give people haste or answer questions, all kind of stuff to do. And of course, my personal favorite, which is the Wheel of Chaos. So,
Chaos is ridiculous.
yeah, that's delightful. That's
fun.
where we give out little bits from any class to any other class, and you have to figure out how to utilize those before they expire. So thank you for the sub, Wizard Magic. It looks like that means we have got 2 legendary resistances so far, because every time somebody subs, we get a legendary resistance and a +2 from the 100 bits that Gabe threw down. So let us begin. You are standing around the lake in the middle of Briny Bridge, an island full of halfling pirates and surrounded by a newly built fleet of ships, specifically commissioned by Delver's Dream to help transport people from all over the continent to the unguarded shores of Non-Ked. The land of Non-Ked is not in the grips of a civil war. The country has become an abattoir. As the scouts stream to and from the borders, they report no conflicts. There is no smoke in the distance as the Lich Queen empties entire villages of their inhabitants. There is not a war of grand hues and battlefield horrors. There is no trail of blood marking... I'm sorry, Lando, again, this is just the wrong music for this. I'm so sorry. Can we get something else? I don't know what... Did it just... Yeah, like it was just... I was like, oh, this is super fun.
I got one.
Yeah,
This is the party episode.
It absolutely is.
This is the sad
no
music.
worries.
Well, I didn't know you were gonna do a sad monologue in the beginning. All right, I got you.
Man.
All right, we're gonna try this again. We're gonna try it again.
Oh,
Okay. Today is the day of 2 takes.
Yeah.
Everything
Yes.
is gonna have a second take.
Oh, bad.
Okay. The land of Non-Ked is not in the grips of a civil war. The country has become an abattoir. As the scouts stream to and from the borders, they report no conflicts. There is no smoke in the distance as the Lich Queen empties entire villages of their inhabitants. This is not a war of grand hues and battlefield horrors. There is no trail of blood marking the path of the tyrant's armies. There is a spreading silence. The screams are quelled well in advance of the army's steps. The limp forms of the orcs and the lizard folk are solemnly carried to the capital where they will be processed. When they open their eyes again, they will be undead. When they open their eyes again, they will be a warforged. There is no fanfare or glory or joy. There is simply being sent out to the front. There is simply gathering others so they can become like yourself. When it is done, they will have the peace they desire. They shall lay still, staring into the heavens forever, untroubled by the world that grows and changes around them. The country is being emptied. Every inhabitant murdered, converted to undead, and a warforged on a diabolical altar that rips the soul out of one being and places it in the body of a robot. She has had quite a while to gather her forces. You know that you no longer have a choice. You have to get to Nanked. You have to find a way to stop her. But for now, you hear Dapple Dreary Sauce's music change.
And swap.
Fabulous. You see her fabulous hat come bouncing through the crowd at you. Remember, hat really is what makes a hero. She comes bounding forward saying, listen, yous, we got to go right now. We got to go. So I can't take a chance that another one of these crazy things is going to happen and ruin all our ships that we just built. So we got to start sending them out now. And you look out into the harbor and you see hundreds of ships that have been created over the last several months being sent out to go collect warriors from various areas around the continent. But you and a couple others are going to come with me. We got to go over and check out the northern shores of Nanked because we think they're not guarded. So it's going to be really important for us to get up there and find a landing place and set it up. All right? So which of yous is coming?
Well, Dapple, after the sparks between us, I mean, I just can't let it lie there.
Oh, well, okay then. Maybe we'll explore, a little bit of what it feels like to know the pirate queen.
Yeah, we'll see how the boat rocks on the way there, I guess.
You're a filthy whore, is what you are. Good
Dapple,
God.
you bring it
Good
out
God,
of me.
Reginald.
You bring it out of me. Anyway, yes, I'm a fantastic navigator, so I mean, if you would have need of one, I'd be happy to help.
Ooh. All right. Well, that sounds good. Let's who else has got some skills that we could use over here?
They're not like super related to like boating and whatnot, but I have
Direction!
Yeah. Hi, I'll come.
Oh, you're the winner.
It's
You
been
won
a
all the
while.
games.
Yeah, that. I don't know if I'm gonna forgive you for what you did before, but we'll just
What are you
move
talking
past.
about?
What
We
happened?
just had fun. I just shrank you down and put you in the bag of holding, and it was fun. It was a little race.
Oh, yeah, that's a
all
game.
it was.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's how we all felt. I'm just gonna.
I'm sure you did. Can't you take a joke? Come on.
Yeah, that was so funny. Yeah, that's.
I mean, I laughed a whole lot. So did
go.
everybody else in the tavern.
Yeah, well, yeah, the pirates who put in there, they're not laughing.
Come on, Drax. It's not like you're doing anything else.
No, I mean, I wasn't saying I wasn't gonna go. I was just like, we
Oh,
haven't really
okay,
had a
well,
conversation since that, and yeah.
Well, you know what? I think that you're very good at all of the games and all of that. So congratulations for that. But you are about to be on a goddamn pirate ship. So I'm gonna need you to sack up there, sweet cheeks.
Okay. Yep. Alright.
Okay, so it looks like we got a smart one. We got a magic one. She's just gonna look over the crowd. Tell me, Zach, what does she see?
I would say probably the tallest person in the crowd, standing at 6.5 to 7 feet tall, with long black hair with dark brown bits and grey bits, big bushy beard, 2 strange tusks sticking out from the bottom of his jaw, these long elven type ears that seem to droop over almost like a rabbit, that seem to have little tussles of fur on the end, big massive shoulder pad on one shoulder, large breastplate armor, giant greatsword on his back that probably looks to be about 5 to 6 feet big in itself. He has over one shoulder a creature that seems to be squirming ever so slightly, and as he moves through the crowd, you can see that it looks to be a tiger shark on his back, and he moves through the crowd, doesn't say anything to anybody, moves over to the dock, puts it up over his head and just throws it in the sea. That's where you belong. Did somebody say that you're going on an adventure somewhere?
Yeah, I picked that guy.
Oh, wow. He's a large one.
I would like you to know that because it is still the end of Shark Week, and while people are aware that something weird happened, most people were sort of like knocked out for that, and everyone was pretty drunk to begin with, so they're not totally aware of the danger that they were all in. And you, as just a mountain of a person in the land of halflings, you definitely have
cool.
you definitely have like several pirates that are sort of like just on you, like just sort of like crawling up, like maybe sitting on your shoulders, sort of like playing with your sword a little bit, like pulling it in and out of the sheath, like seeing if they can actually lift
And
it
these
up.
aren't children. These
Things
are
like
actually
that.
fully grown pirates. They just
they're
act like
pirates.
children.
Yeah, but don't forget they have also been infected with the joy of the Feywild. They are because the portal has been open for so long here, and because the Fey have been sort of incorporated into their society, there is just now they're very whimsical. They're whimsical pirates that will wander and just sort of do their own thing, and do whatever they want, and then they also don't get bent out of shape if somebody's like, go away. Like they don't care. They're like, there's always something fabulous to drink or someone fun to play tricks on or with. So absolutely.
I look towards these 2 gentlemen who are taller than the pirates, and these halflings are climbing all over me, and I just look towards them and my eye just twitches a little bit. Yes, you're going off the island, yes?
I think that's the plan now. Yeah, I mean,
it's my summation of it.
Of
like
course
to come
we are.
along.
Oh, is there any destination in particular that you might? I mean, because obviously I'm running a taxi service here. Where are you going?
Anywhere but here.
Well, that's perfect because we're going somewhere that is not here.
Yeah, we're leaving here. It's
yeah.
I'm on board.
Okay.
So,
Sorry.
fantastic.
Sorry for being rude. My name is Zacharias.
Oh,
You may call me Zach.
well, nice to meet you, Reginald. I shake his hand.
Yeah, and
It's like much bigger than mine.
The Dapple just sort of looks at you, Reginald, and it's just like, oh, I see how it is. So you think he's cute? Is this
I mean, I just kind of
what's
whisper to
gonna
him,
happen?
He's fucking hot. He's buff. Look at him. He's huge. You ever seen someone this big?
I really am.
Sorry, I didn't mean to out loud. That was crazy.
Did you see his ears? Obviously, he can hear all of it. Okay.
Oof.
So fine. That's fine. It's fine. All right. Look, we're gonna need to feed the ship first, so it doesn't eat the crew. So come on. Let's. Are you all ready? Do you have all your stuff? Do you need to go and get anything?
Oh, I'm ready to go right now.
No, I think we got everything. What about you, Reginald?
Yeah, I'm set. I mean, I don't really carry a lot on me besides. I mean, I got my backpack already, so that's everything.
I'm gonna need the first roll of the campaign. I'm going to need a I want to say it's gonna be a perception check. It's gonna be a perception check from Zach.
Okay.
Let me see how you're at. Oh dear. Okay, well, 16. All right, 16. So you definitely noticed that the two halflings that are on you have gotten your sword more than halfway out of its sheath.
And I just pull the sword the rest of the way out and throw it into the air. And as it throws into the air, it stops. It's best just to leave it there for a moment until they get bored.
Leave
it for a few seconds, and it flies back into the sheath.
You've got two halflings holding onto the hilt of the sword. And as it flies back to the sheath, they get thrown off and land in the water next to the very pretty tiger shark.
That was fast. You're gonna have to teach me how you do that, at some point.
I can get the sword to maybe tell you about it at some point.
Your sword talks?
Yes, it does. Don't you, sword? Yes, I do.
Oh my god, that was so cool. Do it again.
It doesn't like to talk too much.
Oh, there, not talkative. That's fine.
Nice to meet you, sword.
So something that you definitely noticed, Daraxis, is that, and I don't think that either. You may each make me a perception check. This is going to be very high, except Daraxis. Daraxis sees it because he's not part of it. And I want to see if you guys actually notice a little thing that just happened. Just a little thing.
Dirty 21.
Shut up. Reginald and Daraxis, you both noticed that there was a little surge of power when Reginald and Zach's hands met.
I'll do the Spider-Man point at each other thing, like. Do you
you come across an item or something special in your travels?
Zach, as far as you know, you have not.
Oh.
You just, as far as you know.
Does anything look weird with the ether around him?
You can tell that there's something going on there. But Zach, let's tell a little story about Zach, shall we? Above table.
Story music.
Sort of above table. We're gonna do a little. You just met Zach. So we're going to do a little flashback.
Ooh.
Zach, tell me how you escaped from carcerai.
Back to Stabbies.
I was a long time ago. I was an adventurer on a world somewhere, and I grew tired of adventuring. I found that I had no family, no meaning there, so I decided to go exploring. I'd recently found out about the multiverse and the various different planes that there are, so I thought, why not venture to other places and see if there's somewhere else that I can call home? Upon my journeys, I found myself on this strange world that had no portal to exit it. I was there for quite a while. It seemed like some sort of a prison plane, although I don't know why I was there. I was just aimlessly walking around.
Tell me how you got in trouble with the locals.
It's a bit of a funny story. I have a severe dislike of sheep, and I was in one of the taverns one day having a drink, and I turned around to walk out the door and I tripped over a sheep, and I was a bit drunk and I punched the sheep.
Oh dear.
And the town folk, I did not realize, worshipped the sheep, for they gave the best silk in the land, or the best wool in the land, should I say. And I was arrested.
Well, I mean, this is why you were confused, because this is actually a sheep. The reason they worship is because the sheep actually grew silk instead of wool.
It's a very special type of sheep, and I was imprisoned for it. And that's an odd thing, because I've had a severe dislike of sheep my entire life. I tend to avoid them normally, and a few sheep that I have fought for various missions hasn't normally caused me to be arrested and imprisoned on a prison world.
How did you escape? How did you escape your confinement?
I was walking around, because you can on this prison world. You're not able to leave the world, but you are able to walk around it if you so wish. And I'd met with a few of the other people that were there, and we'd sit and do recess, I think it was called, and there was guards around and all of that, all these heavily armored people. And I just happened to stumble across this strange room one day, and it seemed to have this mirror effect to it. I'm not quite sure. It's a bit blurry. That part's a bit blurry. All I remember is touching something, and then I was in the Feywild. That's all I really remember on that.
Insight
as
check.
you
These are his memories.
Yeah,
We're not experiencing that.
As you look back on your memories, and as you think about them, you realize that there was something odd about the door. The door was unlocked to this chamber. The chamber, the reason it seemed fuzzy is because it looked a little misty, but it didn't look like there was anything different. The door itself was the thing that was so strange. Every door in Carcery is locked. Every door must be opened with a key or with a pick. And this one just hung open. You remember trying to shut the door behind you as people were searching for you. And you held the door for about an hour, just waiting for the sounds of people around you to fade. And when that was done, suddenly the wall behind you had turned into a portal. You did not know it at the time, but you had interacted with the unsealed cage. on Carcery, a powerful planar touchstone that was also the key to the only portal off Carcery. How much of this do you tell our friends?
I feel that I might mention that having felt the connection with Reggie, as I'm going to call him, I feel that I feel a kinship with him, and I might say a little bit more than what I would expect to say. So yes, I will say that I don't quite understand what this thing is, but in my mind it calls itself, or in my mind it seems to be called a planar touchstone.
Oh my goodness, yes. I just got one like this morning myself. It's a trip, isn't it? What's yours do?
Oh, so they're a common
So
thing then.
first of all, I'm going to need you, Mike, to roll me a d20 because you're trying to talk about your planar touchstone.
You're thinking about someone else.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Oh, your other character.
No, you're thinking
Reginald?
about what was his name?
Well, no, Rithon got that, but
Rithon.
so did you.
No, you gave me nightmares.
Oh, you had nightmares. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're good. You're fine.
Yeah, but no, I mean they're not really. Well, from what I know, they're not common. Someone told me they were like magical shoes. Not a great explanation. Honestly,
Yeah,
it doesn't feel anything like shoes.
It doesn't make any sense.
From what I can tell, it's some sort of binding piece of this realm or the universe in some way. It's a great force of magic, but I've never heard about them until I've come here to this planet.
Drury looks at all of you. Drury just looks at you and it's like, so it's nice that you all seem to enjoy each other immediately. That's lovely. Can we go?
Yes. Batten down the hatches and such.
Thank you for the follow, Odin. Did you just say batten down the hatches?
Listen, I'm not so good with all the other technical terminology.
You know what? I will stab you. I will. Don't make fun of me. Look. I am an amazing sailor. All right. I have done so many things. I have gone on so many journeys with my ship. All right. It's like looking at somebody, from like, I heard of this place called Australia once, and it's like saying, throw another shrimp on the Barbie. That's some bullshit, apparently.
I don't think they would like that.
No.
Especially
so you can take your preconceptions about pirates and privateers, and you can stick them where the sun don't shine, sweetness. Okay?
I apologize that. And, I just got excited. I mean, we're going on an adventure. I absolutely love adventures.
You'll get excited.
Oh, stop it, Dapple.
Now, and you see Dapple sort of like pointing to various people and being like, okay, Georgie, you're coming. I don't want to hear your lip. You get your shit get it on the ship right now. Getting everybody all ready, all prepared. You see like just huge amounts of like crates and kegs and all kinds of stuff being loaded onto the ship. Zach, as you head down to the docks, one of the things that you start seeing is the city of the Buttress. And it is the capital of Brine Bridge. Stonework, cobblestone streets, bridges everywhere, as this is where all the various tributaries coming from the lake enter the ocean. There's also like a warehouse district, and you notice a really big teleportation circle where people are popping in and out of existence pretty constantly. And as you start approaching the flagship, you notice something strange. It seems that the pirates are not actually sort of pushing the kegs and the crates and things up onto the deck and then lowering them into the hold. It looks like the side of the ship will just open up, letting the pirates in and then close behind them.
That is absolutely fascinating. I've never seen a ship do that before. Have either of you ever seen a ship open itself up and then close itself again?
Oh, no, I haven't, but this is so cool. Apparently, that is a giant mimic.
A mimic.
Yeah, I'm like, you know exactly what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. From
it
the look on your
is
face.
100%. I can confirm. I've seen it. It was
That is correct.
terrifying when I first saw it.
I can't wait to meet it.
Did it just eat them then, or?
No, like
I don't know, probably.
No, as you're asking these questions, Dapple's just like, look, it's not hungry right now. I just fed it. All right. I just took it out. And she explains that what she will do is she'll take the mimic out into the waters and it'll just eat like thousands of pounds worth of fish on a regular basis. And she's like, look, you want to see how, like what it does? Hold on just a minute. Hey, Flaggy. And you see, as she says that, it seems like it only really responds to Dapple's voice. It'll respond to the touch of others, but only Dapple's voice will sort of get through to it. It's like, hey, Flaggy, flagship, hey, how you doing? And you see an eyeball materialize that is about twice as tall as Zach. And it sort of rolls over and looks at you all. Hey, do your thing. Do your happy dance. Go ahead, do your happy dance. Come on. And you see the mimic sort of like shiver a little bit. It looks like the ship is sort of shaking like a dog, like from the front to the back. And you watch as the bottom part of the ship just opens up and you see this gigantic mouth filled with sharp teeth. And it just sucks in all of this water and then closes its mouth again. And then you see jet propulsion just slamming the ship. The front of the ship jumps up in the air as it just starts speeding out from the dock, knocking everybody on their ass as it does so. And it seems to do a couple of circles like this and then come back.
Glad it came back.
Right? Could you imagine?
Yeah, that would have been very awkward.
Absolutely. So we don't got nothing to worry about.
Good.
We're good.
Cool. Let's go.
And yes, straight on the ship is going to be different to being in the air. I'm used to being in the air all the time.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Do you use airships?
Airships, yes. It's not a favoured mode of transport, but being on the ground or, in the water is going to be a nice change of pace for me.
Fascinating. Where did you say you were from?
I've travelled a lot.
You ever been through Eberron?
Eberron. Is that the one with all of the mechanical things?
Yes, those guys. Yeah, that's where I'm from. They've tons of airships over there. My family kind of runs that, so I mean,
it is a very nice place. I picked up this bracelet from here, and you can see that I have a glove on my left hand, and then on my right hand it seems to be some sort of like a gauntlet, with a big, sort of like a Pip Boy type thing from Fallout, although it seems to have a big crack going right through it, and it's not doesn't seem to be functioning.
All the nerdiness right here today.
Well, it seems like it's a little broken. Can I see it for a second?
You can. The person that I got it off of gave it to me for helping him cross some sort of a scrapyard that had all of these mechanical spiders that were trying to attack him. He was salvaging some sort of stuff. He said that it's not going to work. It needs some sort of strange power source that I don't know. I don't even know what it does, and I'll just let him have a look at it.
Would I know with what I know about like the dragon shards if that's what it needed?
A dragon shard.
Yeah.
You can make me what would this be? This would be an intelligence-based check. What tools do you have? What tools are you proficient in?
The tools that I have are mostly like cartographer's tools and navigator's tools. I don't really have like fixing tools. I was just going to use mending on it.
You could do.
Now that I'm looking at it.
You could use an intelligence check.
Okay.
To see. Yeah. Give me a little roll. Give me a little roll. Let's see.
Oh, not so good. Only a 12.
A 12. Yeah. No, you have no idea. You have no idea what this thing's. You can try to mend it, sure.
I could fix the crack, but I'm not sure I could get it started.
It would be nice to look at it without the crack in it, yes. I could use it as a mirror.
Oh, perfect. And I'll just, you'll see I pull out my feathered pen out of nowhere, and I just kind of like sweep with the feather part over the crack, and the parts that I sweep over actually start moving and shifting and forming back into one solid piece.
Fabulous.
Thank you very much for that, Reggie. That was very, very, very nice of you to do that, considering the fact that we've just met.
Zach,
nice.
buddy, I feel like we're two travelers. You know, we know things that we've been through, so we need to look out for each other. I understand.
I'm super curious, like, these two talking about all of their travels. What's going on with you, Diraxis?
Honestly, above table, I've really been trying to figure out what the fuck, like, Diraxis is, like, thinking about this.
Yeah, because Diraxis grew up as a slave in the slave pits of the Drow matriarch, so it's...
He's
like,
traveled around,
a lot of traveling.
he's traveled around this plane once he escaped, but he didn't really go anywhere else. He didn't really know that there was anything else.
Right.
For a while.
Well, to be fair, most people on this planet didn't know that there was anything else. They were cut off from the multiverse for 1,000 years. So, yeah, absolutely. So you're just absorbing all this talk of different worlds.
I mean, like, does he mean like Hades and like he's like trying to figure out like what they're talking about, like how it even fits in with the things that he knows, and it's like, yeah, they're different, I guess.
You hear Dapple up on. She's headed out and started giving commands to everybody as things are getting loaded back up. She looks at all of you and she's like, I hope you brought everything you need, because we're probably not going to stop for at least a week. So so get ready for that.
We should probably grab some food supplies and water at least. Some rations.
Oh, we got plenty.
Oh, you got plenty?
Well, yeah, we're good. And she looks, and there's just like all the crates are filled with food, and the kegs are filled with like beer and water and things like that. And you see several ferries pop up into the ship, and you notice that they are sort of continually casting druid craft on various plants that they have. You see all along the railings of the ships are like these herb gardens and these sort of fruit plants and things like that these fairies are maintaining, and so that there's fresh fruit on the journey. You definitely notice that there's that there towards the back of the ship there is a not super great smell, and you come to recognize it as fertilizer, as it were. That apparently the waste on the ship gets recycled to grow food for long journeys.
Economic.
Yeah, as
Innovative.
you do.
Right. Maybe we should, unless you guys need anything else, maybe we should continue this talk on the ship.
Yeah, I mean,
Sounds good to me.
yeah, I'm good. I don't think I need anything else.
Yeah,
Right
you see the ship as you are about to take off. You see everybody sort of run down to the docks and start waving the ship away. And because this is a mimic, it's not like there's anything made of wood or anything made of cloth or anything on it. What you see is that like there's a giant center mast and a couple of smaller masts. And you watch as this sort of ripple seems to go up all three of the masts as it stretches itself out thin to catch the wind. And it takes off, utilizing both wind power and jet propulsion as it constantly swallows the water, sort of weeds out the fish, consumes those, and then shoves the rest of the water back through, creating incredible propulsion all the time. So tell me, how are you going to spend your days on the ship?
I look over the various different supplies that are on the ship, food supplies, that is. I will find wherever the chef's area is, the quarters or table above deck or anything like that, and I will cook for everybody. I am a travelled chef of sorts, and I will cook food for whoever wants it. The cuisine,
Ooh,
the different foods that are here
delightful.
are new to me, so it is interesting to see what I can do with them and come up with different concoctions.
So tell me, so what do you find? What new and interesting delights do you find in these crates?
Zach has never seen a pineapple before. Pineapple is not something he's unfamiliar with. Same with a zucchini. There are different types of fish that he's never seen before, and maybe a certain type of lobster that he pulls up and has a little play around with breaking them apart and giving them a little bit of a taste as he's cooking, trying out different sort of herbs and spices that the ship may have, and just trying to come up with different flavors that are appealing to everybody. A little bit sweet, a little bit sour, spicy for those who are inclined for spice, and he just has a bit of fun with it.
I love it. And what about you, Diraxis? You gonna do anything interesting?
Draxus, he's gonna look around and see if there are any interesting herbs or concoctions or things he can get from the ocean, because he has access to a lot of things in Delver's Dream to make, alchemy reagents, but they're not in close proximity to an ocean.
So tell me, what are you gonna? What would you do to try to discover these things?
Well, as any alchemist worth their salt knows, the best way to learn properties is to eat them.
Sure, but where are you going to find them? Where are you looking for these things?
Like on the railings, in the storehouses of food, in the kitchens. I think he also probably will borrow a fishing rod from one of the other pirates, and he doesn't know what he's doing. He's never fished before, but he sees the other pirates and he tries to imitate them. I think he might Actually, I'm gonna make a roll. Let's see if he catches anything. Let's do sleight of hand. That feels like a sleight of hand thing.
So the first thing you notice is that as soon as you try to fish, all of the water that's rushing into the mimic just like rips the pole right out of your hands. And all of the pirates just laugh because they knew that's what was going to happen. This is always what the new kids try to do, you know.
It definitely came out of it.
You like didn't want to let go, so you almost went flying off the ship, and like several pirates like grabbed you and pulled you back, and they're like, "Oh God, what are you looking for? What are you trying to do here?"
I don't know. I'm kind of bored. You guys look like you're having fun doing fishing, you call it, and I wanted to try.
So you just want some fish?
I mean, I guess.
Okay, come with me. And what they're going to do is
Okay.
they're going to take you down literally into the bowels of the ship.
Oh.
And you see where the mimic actually processes this. There's a section where it seems like there's this sort of empty room where there's like, it's created this sort of a mesh behind this room, just shooting the water through it. And everything that's too big to get through the mesh just falls on the floor, and the mimic eats it. And you see a bunch of pirates down there, like just as fish and things like that'll just come popping in. You see them just like try to grab it. It's a fun little game that they're playing, like trying to like, oh, what's that? It's a car. Get the car. No, get the car.
Draxus is gonna show off by like raising his hands, and then be like, and he's gonna stick his hands behind his back, and then he's gonna use Mage Hand subtly, because he has that now, which is cool. And he's just gonna grab a fish, and it's just gonna like float like towards him.
You hear this? Ah! You win! You win! Okay, here you go. And you see them pull out this bottle of wine that apparently the first person to grab a fish was going to be rewarded with. In addition, you definitely see a whole bunch of different types of like seaweed and stuff like that sort of getting processed through here too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna grab like a smattering of those things and just see what can be done. Try
Fabulous.
to be creative.
Roll me a as you're trying something new, and you're just sort of experimenting. Give me an intelligence check with proficiency, but at disadvantage. As you're to sort of use your potion making kit.
17.
All right. You have discovered you can create with this a very potent laxative.
Yes! That makes me so happy. That's such a Diraxis thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you now recognize the seaweed and that grows around Briny Bridge, and you know that if you see it again, you can absolutely do it. There's what about Reginald? What's Reginald going to do?
Unless Dapple needs me for navigation, Reginald is going to find one of the desks below, or some flat place, and then start trying to scribe a couple first level spells, or just one, depending on how long the trip is.
Let's see. There is sorry, as you're sort of contemplating this, you definitely see Dapple like giving you the eye on a regular basis.
I'll walk over and talk to her and say, listen, we need to stop pretending like this isn't going to happen.
Oh, I'm not pretending shit. I'm just working right now. No, this will happen. No, when I get done, you're gonna come have dinner with me, and we're gonna We're gonna see what's going on there.
I mean, I don't know what Zach's been cooking, but it smells amazing. So maybe a little of whatever that is, and some wine, and
Oh, is
who
that
knows?
Zach? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna go have to beat the crap out of our chef for not doing their fucking job. Good God.
yeah, I think I actually saw him like passed out, like in like behind the barrels and stuff. So you might need to talk to him because like he's just not doing anything.
Well, no, that's normally what he does. He passes out
Oh.
behind the barrels,
You know what?
and then
that
about
makes sense.
20 minutes before dinner, he throws something together, you know. So I don't know
Yes.
what the hell is this Zach person doing for hours and hours down there.
I don't know, but it smells incredible. So we'll have to see. But you let me know when you need me. I'll be over here, and I'll wink at her, and I'll like walk away. I'll do a little sachet as I walk.
I think that I'd like you to give me a persuasion check to see how well you're flirting. Let's see how well you're doing.
Oh, it's not good.
But you can absolutely do it with advantage.
Okay.
Because I like the story you're telling.
Oh, those are two 17s, but I have a -1, so
Oh.
just a 16.
So 16. All right. With a 16, she looks at you and she's like, maybe there's more to this guy than I thought. It's interesting. Okay.
Maybe.
So
Not exactly an open book. That was a book joke.
But she just looks at you and she's like, yeah, you should go. You should.
Yeah.
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 I'm going to pretend like that didn't happen.
Me
And,
too. Still trying to act cool. I just turn and walk away.
Yeah, so all of you are doing your things on the first day of this journey. Nothing really happens. It's just you're just trucking along much faster than you thought you would be. As you get out your navigation tools and sort of check out where you are, you realize that you've covered already a huge amount of distance. You're going to have to go all the way around the continent. But it looks like at this rate, it's only going to take you maybe 10 days to do that.
Oh,
Which is insanely fast.
that's
Like for context, how long would it be if it was roughly?
About
like
a month.
weeks.
A
Yeah,
month.
months.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, you're like, it's one of those where like, think about when England still had colonized India and you had to go around Africa, it would take like 3 months to do that. So this is not a huge continent, but it is pretty sizable. So as that is going on,
We've gotten spoiled with teleportations.
you absolutely have, and I'm having none of it. With
Reginald is
this.
into it, okay? Reginald would rather go for a hike or a ship cruise or something than teleport.
Draxus is lazy. He has a special helmet now. So it was a blood, sweat,
Fabulous.
and tears to get that helmet. So
All right, I am going to need each of you to roll me a percentile dice.
Oh God,
I'm gonna roll in chat because I
I
can't.
don't want to. A 17.
A 17.
But good.
Wow, that's
Oh,
okay.
91
Okay, you're all fine. You're all fine for
73.
today.
for today.
Yeah. So you all go through, you have a lovely dinner with Dapple. It's great. You all are sort of flirting. It's very nice. Zach, what are you doing during dinner?
I would be the one probably serving it up. It would come as everybody sits at the table. It wouldn't be a case of you just get a plate of food. It would be Zach would put big bowls of the food on the table in the center, and he'd take a ladle and other cooking utensils that he has, and he'd be pulling it out, leaning over the table, putting the stuff in. Inside.
She's like, "Oh shit! Look at us. We're fancy tonight.
Yeah, family
we got
style.
Somebody serving." And you see the chef come just drunkenly stumbling out of the storeroom, and he's like, "You did a good job. We did it together. I helped. It's really good. But now you need to serve it. Make sure everybody has some."
I must admit that I did give him a couple of chocolates that I had sort of put some rum into, so he's a little bit worse than what he probably
What's
usually is.
going on? You gave me a rum ball? Oh,
I did.
It's nice.
Just to keep you out of the way, because you kept trying to get your fingers in the lobster, and it just those black nails. It was
Put
not
your
appetizing.
fingers in
Trying
the
to
lobster.
figure the lobster.
This is gross.
Whoa,
You're gross.
Alexis,
Finger in
that's-
a lobster.
Ugh,
That's
terrible.
hateful.
I'm trying to eat here.
You're the worst. You shouldn't do that.
No, you definitely
that.
shouldn't.
No, you stop it. You stop it.
Go clean up your puke, please, and I'll
I
carry on
didn't-
serving
I
everybody
didn't-
dinner.
I didn't puke anywhere.
Yes,
It's-
that's why your back is completely covered in it.
That's somebody else. I don't know who it is. Here's you, and you just see him sort of stumble back into the storeroom, and everybody, and Dapple's just like, did he actually do anything to help?
Not really, no.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're gonna have to feed him to the mimic. All right. Hey, Flaggy, we got a treat for you.
I mean, as funny as that would be, you won't have a cook when I leave, so you might want to keep them around. Maybe keep the
Ugh.
rum and ale and stuff away from them. Might get something decent out of him then.
Fine.
I doubt he
Fine.
would taste good too. I mean, look at him. He's disgusting.
Yes.
You do notice that there is a weird thing about these pirates. They are immaculately clean. And as the cook stumbles towards the storeroom, you can obviously see that there is absolutely vomit on them. But you see their feet suddenly start to sink into the floor, and you just watch them completely disappear into the floor and then come back up perfectly clean.
Oh, that's
How's that for sanitation? That's
Yeah.
wow.
The mimic doesn't really care what it eats as long as it eats. So it's not going to let anything go to waste.
it's
That's quite cool.
convenient.
And Dabble looks at you, she's like, yeah, I know, right? And so what she does is she like just places her hands she takes her hands and she just grabs some food with it until they're just covered in sauce, and she just puts her hands on the tabletop, and you see them just slowly sink into the tabletop and then come back up completely clean. And you notice that there are no spills on the table, that anytime somebody spills anything, it just gets absorbed into the table. And you realize that the table is part of the mimic. That there's no actual furniture on this ship.
Is it sanitary?
It's like, what are you talking about, sanitary? Of course it is.
Oh, yeah.
So the plumbing earlier, that wasn't some sort of newfangled automation device. That was the mimic that I was.
You make your mimic eat your shit.
That's
You'd wonder why the toilet had teeth.
Yeah.
not a mastectomation.
Toilet.
Don't.
So what?
Well, if it doesn't have
It
a tongue,
likes
it's
it.
fine.
I mean, if it likes it, I guess.
Whew.
You have a delightful conversation about all of this for quite some time. There's it's new and novel to the three of you in a lot of different ways. And then Dapple, she heads out, and she just sort of like disappears without a word. What are y'all gonna do now? It's now bedtime. It's now time to sort of go your way.
Sorry, this is the first day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there like sleeping arrangements anywhere?
There seem to be as many cabins as necessary. And they all sort of look the same. It's just you go in and there is like essentially a hammock and maybe a chest. The chest definitely, though, you are in a mimic, so you may or may not want to put things in a chest.
It's the mimic trying to be cheeky.
Right?
Like, hey, maybe they'll put some stuff in there.
Yeah.
I poke one just to be sure, just like make sure it's not a mimic, like mimic
The
baby
chest?
or something. Yeah, the
Oh
chest.
no,
No,
the
the
chest
chest is a
is
mimic.
part of the mimic.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like one of the smaller mimics. I'm just
Yeah, as you poke it, you see like a couple of eyes suddenly appear and blink at you. And they go away.
just
All
not
right.
gonna think about it. It doesn't get out of sight, out of mind.
That's right. That is correct.
So what are you two doing as far as? Yeah, it looks like we
Well,
might have
first,
a few days journey.
as you get back to your room, as you head off to your room, you notice that there is this gorgeous gilded book with a little note on it.
Oh my goodness! For me, I go and I'm gonna investigate the book.
It is. You see that it is in fact the collected stories of the various pirates of Briny Bridge. And you notice that the author of this is Dapple Dreary Sauce.
Oh.
And the note that is stuck to the front says, "You fucking asshole, I know how to read. And I know how to write." This.
I haven't been given a gift this nice in my entire life. And you just, I turn away from the other guys if they followed me or whatever. I just cry. I just like straight up crying. Just like, and I read through the book a little bit. This is fantastic. I would have to find a way to thank her somehow.
Absolutely. No, she's great. Are the other two going to be doing anything interesting this evening? No, just hanging out.
No,
Just
not
chilling.
tonight. It's the first night. We're not gonna.
Sure.
Not gonna cause each trouble quite yet.
So,
Spend
Zach,
a lot of
anything
time
for you?
helping. I just spend a lot of time, even though the mimic is going to do most of it. I'm used to cleaning up, so I'm going to try and clean up some of the food and stuff. And when I notice that it starts absorbing stuff, I'm going to pick up what might be in the bowls, which I'm going to guess aren't part of the mimic, and I'm going to go into one of the corners of the cabin, and I'm going to tip it onto the floor for it, so it can eat it, and then I'll go wash everything out and put it all away.
Aw.
Fabulous. As you start putting the dishes into the sink, you realize that the sink is part of the mimic too. And as you put like the bowls in the sink, they'll just sort of like fall into the sink and then come back out clean.
This is so efficient. I need one of
Well,
these.
it's one of those things where it's actually really important on a pirate ship that you not waste fresh water.
Hmm.
So this is like delightful to not have to worry about that or bathing or things like that. So they can go on they can pack so much more food and fresh water, which allows them to go on much longer journeys if they need to. They don't you've been talking to people around the ship and you recognize the fact that, like, you know, as you've been talking, they can go out for like 6 months with no problem. They never have to come back to port. They can just go out for 6 months and have enough. And as this goes on, we're going to roll into the next day. I'm going to need another percentile check from everybody. And let's
84.
see. All right, so you're fine.
37.
Zach is fine. And you're fine. Fabulous. Totally uneventful. Nothing happens. All that kind of stuff. Let's roll into day 3, shall we? Let's do a little more percentiling. Let's see if anybody. Okay,
16.
Reginald's fine. Zach is fine. A 16. You're fine, but it's close. And so things are fine. And let's try day 4. Let's see, does anything interesting happen on day 4?
Oh, 15.
A 15? Okay.
Plus 2. Well, I'm going to use one of the plus 2s.
Okay, that's fine.
32.
You're good. Lando?
22.
22, you're fine. Even with the plus 2, though, Reginald, your proximity to these other 2 touchstones creates some chaos. This is something that's going to be happening on a regular basis now. And once chaos has been created, then it'll go back down to 0, but it goes up 5% every day. So tell me, what happens, which of the other 2 touchstones does it connect to, and what happens because of it?
Reginald has not been sleeping very well since the event happened, I'll say. So hearing the story that was explained to him from Zach, and just that feeling and having to see into the ethereal every day, and he hasn't said anything about it. He's just kept it all into himself. It's been building, and now on this 4th day, he just sees all of these ghosts and ethereal beings, and it connects to Zach's planar touchstone, and I want to say part of his consciousness, or at least it feels like he is trapped as a spirit in a endless prison.
So what I will say is that as you have been seeing ghosts, essentially what it is it's like the ghosts of dead sailors that used to sail on this ship, that are now sort of hanging out on the ethereal, in this way. Throughout the day, you seem to sort of lose control of your touchstone little bits by little bits. And the power of the unsealed cage actually shatters the barrier for just a few seconds at a time between the ethereal and the prime material. And suddenly there will just be the pirate ghost for a couple seconds. And then it'll pop back into the ethereal. And this happens around other people, and you just start seeing, like, people be like, oh my God, Johnny? Oh God, I thought you was dead. What the hell just happened?
Oh my God. I'm starting to go crazy a little bit, guys. I go up to him like, you see them too? You see them too? Okay. It's not just me.
Wait, what do you mean I see him too? No, he's gone now. Where'd he go? He was my best friend.
Calm down. They can't
And you
hurt
just
you.
see like all of these pirates sort of like breaking down into tears as they are like seeing their old friends. They don't know what the hell's going on.
I'm just crying too. I just grab one of the drunk pirates and I'm just like, I get it, man. I get it, and I'm in my cups a little bit today.
You absolutely are. That is 100% correct. So, what about you? Zach? You feel this tug on your touchstone.
I'm cooking at the moment again, and as I'm cutting up some bananas, I just see this ethereal hand skirt across the table, and as I look up, there's a halfling pirate dressed in chef's outfit, probably a ghost as well. And I just look at them, they look at me, we cock our heads at each other. I slide over a plate of food, and they start cutting up as well with an ethereal knife, and I just nod at them and carry on.
Nothing new, just a ghost helping you cook.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's this goes on for a couple of hours, and then like you pull yourself together. Everything's fine. You're good.
I think the way I pull myself together is I like find like a corner somewhere, and I just flip through the book Dapple gave me to like, you know, because I think
to ground yourself again.
Lore really like is where he lives. You know, that's part of his personality. So just learning more things is something that he has to do to really center himself.
I love it. So you've got like 3 more days to go, and I'm gonna say, so what you see as you are going past the coast is you see you have skipped the most southern part, which is where Walking Spiral is, the capital of merchantry. But you definitely see Fog's Cradle, which is the huge swamp in the southeastern portion of the continent. You see how the water sort of shifts to an almost grayish right around the swamp, as all of the nutrients from the swamp are sort of being filtered down into the sea. And you see it shift from like mangrove swamps and patches of heather into more dense forests. And you watch as the Orne Olba forest, which is the home of the wood elves, starts sliding into view. And you see the trees getting taller and taller and taller, and notice that this is also the beginning of the Demon's Bane mountain range that separates Delver's Dream from Jarsai, the elemental city. And you see these huge towering peaks that go straight down into the water. The cliffs are thousands of feet high and look sheer, almost like something just sort of cut them. And then that recedes until you see underneath you at one point the outskirts, the sort of suburbs of Jarsai, the water elemental portion where the Genasi live, where the water Genasi live. You can see the island that sits atop the elder elemental Tempest off in the distance, floating above the rest of the city, and beneath you, you can see the beautiful coral carved city, portion of the city that is where the water elementals live and the water Genasi. You can see the other sections of the city over in the distance, but those are the two that sort of stand out to you and are most easily seen from a pirate ship. As you start...
Sorry, I was gonna say, while everybody's taking in the absolutely beautiful view, you'll just hear next to Reginald, you'll just hear a loud crunching sound, and as you turn, you'll just see Zach chewing on a rather large apple. This place is very beautiful.
I was thinking the same, and then he crunches again. I'm like, I was thinking the same thing. That was
Yeah. You definitely
Okay.
have like apple spray on you now. Like you're a little sticky.
Quite cool. So it's like raining apple juice on you.
It's just sort of like
Yeah,
dripping
you're
out
in
of your
the
beard.
you're in the splash zone.
I'll try to do like without him noticing, just like a little control water and just splash him. Or what is the cantrip?
Shape water.
Shape
Shape
water, and like just splash him with some of the the ocean water.
Fun. Zach, you are now all wet. You have just been splashed.
You know how when you spray like a dog or a cat and they go absolutely mental? That just sort of Zach gets hit with water and he's just like, what was that?
I don't know, the thermocline of the water. It's really intense right here. The
Yeah,
churning of the currents.
I have no idea what you just said, but I believe you.
Yeah, weird, right?
Yes.
Ugh.
And
Anyway,
you all
good apple.
continue. You continue on your journey, rounding the northern end of the continent, seeing the huge forest that is the air elemental and the air genasi portion of Jarsai, fading into the deserts of the fire genasi. You see the swamps begin anew, and you realize that you are in Non-Ted. There is a small mountain range that creates a border between the two. Nothing like the Demon's Bane Mountains, very sort of more hills than mountains, really. And you can see dozens of miles inland, armies massing at the border. Tens of thousands of creatures. You can't see exactly what they are from here, but they are multitudes. You continue to sail a little less giddy at knowing that you are finally getting to your destination. And thankfully you see that the shores do seem to be unguarded. Apparently they just never thought that somebody would ever attempt to get here. As the week has passed, Dapple brings you all into her quarters. All right, it's time now. We're gonna have to do a little landing party here. Start exploring little ways inland, right? We're gonna set up. We're gonna set up here on the shore, all right? Once we've got sort of a camp all laid out, we'll start seeing what's what over here in the land of that goddamn Lich Queen. Anyway, I found a spot. It looks like it'll be a good place to set up. It'll be difficult for other boats to get in there, so we can't be attacked from the sea just in case. And it's pretty rocky, and the terrain is not very level, which means it'll be difficult for people to come at us from the land either. So it's time now for y'all to do your job. Are you ready? I'm gonna send you out onto shore with a couple of my guys. Just to make sure there's nothing waiting for us, all right?
Yeah,
We get to hit things now.
You what?
we could do that.
And I get to hit things now, so I'm happy.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So, as you have passed the entire continent in the course of a week, you've seen just, well, half of what's at stake if the Lich Queen actually succeeds. So now it is time. Tell me if you can. You should only be able to see like sort of the bottom 1/3 of this. Is that the
Yeah.
case?
I zoomed all the way out. You can see it.
Just the bottom of it?
Yeah, just the bottom.
Same here.
Fabulous. As you row your dinghies to the shore, please place your tokens where you would like to explore.
Was that supposed to rhyme, or was that?
It was not. I don't know where that came from.
That was really nice, though. Like, that was spooky.
Really good transition.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we can shift it over to some spookier music.
Is it nighttime too?
It's the evening. You have landed on the rocky shores. You can see the wind howling. It seems as though a storm is approaching. You may each give me a perception check as you scramble over the rocks, slick with the seawater.
That's an 18 from Zach.
All right.
22.
That's
Good
a
access.
14.
Reginald, you don't really see much.
Yeah, I think Reginald is really looking at the storm. Like, that's foreboding.
Yeah. It's coming. It's coming. I'm actually going to be utilizing a mechanic from one of the stories that we wrote on Magnificent Mythologies. Here.
Ooh.
I'm excited about.
Uh-oh.
Sound ominous at all.
Diraxis, you notice that there is something odd about this whole space. You feel like you are being watched, but you can't really tell where that sense is coming from.
I don't think we're alone here, fellas. We have some eyes on us. Since it.
Any sense of what it might be?
No, and I don't know if it's friendly or not, but considering the place we're in, I doubt it.
Well, you should definitely walk careful. I don't want to start a fight anytime this soon.
I agree.
How many pirates are with us?
There's about half a dozen.
Alright, let's I'm gonna try to investigate the area a little bit more.
Fabulous. Hold on. I'm gonna give you some pirates. Is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you some little halfling pirates.
I think the correct
guys.
term. I think the correct term is cannon fodder.
How dare you?
Pawns.
How dare you?
Is one of them the drunken chef? Can I sort of?
No, he's drunk.
These are the only partially drunk pirates.
Right.
Yeah, they're not rum soaked. They're sort of rum drizzled.
Yeah.
all of them just have the willies. They're just, I don't know what's going on. This is not cool. This is unwelcome. Tell me, feel free to move your tokens about and show me where you'd like to explore.
Hey, stay close to me. If things get hairy, I have an idea that might be helpful.
Right.
should
Let's start
form
moving
up.
up along this ledge here.
All right.
And the pirates are all going to sort of
Well.
start exploring all over the place.
All right.
They're pirates.
They can go off for
They're-
sure.
They're
Explore
wandering.
this thing here.
So as you do that,
Oh God.
you hear a voice in your head. Who here speaks Undercommon?
Diraxis.
I do.
Both of you do? What about Zach?
I do not.
Zach, you hear this in your head. The other two, you hear, you smell like her. You smell like the evil one. The one who tortured me.
I have almost no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Where are you?
Hello.
Who are we saying hello to?
You will die. You will die for associating with her. This will be your end, and I will eat your soul.
Yeah, it's not very friendly to people you just met.
Listen, whoever you're talking about sounds awful, so I doubt any of us would associate with her.
The evil bitch?
Yeah.
Ingrath.
Oh, well. What?
And as you've now had several moments of discussing things with your potential new dance partner, and have chosen not to actually prepare anything, you are going to be surprised. And a little combat music, please.
All right.
This before you sits an eye tyrant, an undead beholder. Diraxis, as you have spent time in Delver's Dream and you have gotten to know the Florid, you know that the way that the Florid was created, as all beholders are, is through the dream of another beholder. That dream becomes manifest. And you remember the Florid telling you about its inception, that Ingrath the Lich captured a death tyrant and tortured it until it had a nightmare. And for an undead beholder, the nightmare is pure life, a beholder made of flowers and joy. You are now meeting that poor little death tyrant that Ingrath captured all those years ago.
Yay. Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry, are you not super excited?
Not super
To
thrilled.
see-
To die? No,
A
no,
death
can't say I
tyrant?
am.
I don't know why you wouldn't be super excited for that. Everyone likes a death tyrant. Come on.
I think.
Sadly, as it pops into existence next to you, it is going to fire off. Each of you, please roll me a 1d10.
Hmm.
A
May I
3.
decline that?
Reginald,
7. Oh,
this is how we are going to start this fight.
8.
A floating giant skull with a huge red glowing eye in the center of its head, surrounded by 10 other glowing red orbs. Smelling the Lich Ingrath on you, now wants to destroy you.
it's fake.
With a 3, I'm going to need from Reginald a wisdom saving throw. Or is that, wait, this is, yes, that's Reginald. A wisdom saving throw.
Dirty 21.
21, you have succeeded. You are not frightened
Oh.
of this thing. You see it fire off one of its rays, and it looks at you. Well, you are not afraid. Why are you not afraid? You will be afraid soon.
I see the ghosts all the time. You're the one that should be afraid.
I see dead people.
I see dead people.
For the next Duraxis, I will need a wisdom saving throw from you.
It's not.
Let's see.
20.
Oh, a 20. All right.
I have advantage because spells. I have a Mage Slayer.
Because you're
So-
fancy.
Yeah. This is the first time I think I've ever used
So
it.
technically, this is not a spell.
It's not.
And
It's still a
it's
20.
so
The
don't.
first one's still a 20.
Oh, yeah.
It's still a 20,
All right,
so
all right.
you're fine.
All right.
You're
Thank
fine.
God.
You definitely feel it. You hear it say, shh, and it's trying to put you to sleep. Obviously, trying to
Oh.
put you at ease so that you will fall asleep. And it does not work because there is a giant skull floating in front of you.
And
Yeah. I'm not tired.
And let's see. And with an 8, Zacharias. Ooh, I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from you, please.
I have advantage because I'm a barbarian and
Oh.
I have danger sense.
Nice.
nice.
All right, let's see.
So one is a 19 and the other
A 19.
is
All right.
an 8. So 19.
Quick hack. If you hold shift, you can do with advantage, and if you hold control, you can do roll with disadvantage.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
You now have pissed off a Death Tyrant.
That's
See?
makes sense.
Because it has now shot a bunch of rays at you, and you've all saved. So it's literally just like pew pew pew, and you're like, you missed. No, thank you.
No.
Yeah, just straight up double birds.
Yeah. So now it's tired of you. So, hey Reginald, you watch it open its mouth. You think it's gonna say something, and it just bites your face.
Shield.
Ugh. You see it. You see it as its jaws begin to close. It's something like pop.
The double birds, man. Double birds right there. Can't get past them. Penetrable birds.
You're just like her. You're monsters. You're all filthy monsters.
Speak for yourself, ugly.
Whoa, Duraxis.
I'm not ugly.
That's
Oh, so mean. And you see this poor Death Tyrant just so sad. It is legitimately part of Beholder lore that Beholders believe that they are perfect. Each Beholder thinks that they are perfect, which is why you don't find two Beholders next to each other very often, because they're like, "Ooh, you're just a cheap, you're a cheap copy of what I am." So calling a beholder ugly is a surefire way to enrage it. Now that they have gotten their surprise round, it is time for initiative.
Initiative.
Yay! All right. Are you ready?
Ooh.
You ready for something terrible to happen to all of you?
I rolled really low.
You did roll really low. Just FYI, if you click on your token and then roll, it'll pop directly into the turn order.
Would you like me to re-roll it?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's try it since you got such a crappy roll.
That's not much better, to be fair.
But that's okay. That is okay. You see this death tyrant reach out to you with its mind as it says, "You will suffer the way she made me suffer, you bastards." Diraxis, what are you going to do?
Draxus is going to raise his hand and going to directly behind this beholder, he's going to conjure an image of the Florid and have her start talking to him in her voice, and
Oh my God.
basically start verbally bullying him.
Okay. Hold on just a moment, please. Suddenly, directly behind the eye tyrant, the Florid appears. She just looks at him and is like, "What are you doing to my friends? Why would you? Oh my goodness. Why would you? That is so rude to be firing all your little eye rays at them. You should be ashamed of yourself." And I'm going to make a wisdom save. Let's see just what happened. Okay, got a 23. It looks at you. At first you can see sort of like the bone arch of its
I would like
eye.
to do silvery barbs against it.
Shut up. You're the worst person I've ever met.
So bad.
So wait, so silvery barb. So what was the initial one? Was that a cantrip?
Yeah. Minor illusion through the artifact.
Yes. Okay, so your minor illusions become much better. Fabulous. And now you're gonna do silvery barbs.
Yeah, to make it it has to re-roll. So Draxus is giving like, yeah, you should listen to her. Yeah, she's right. You should be kinder to people.
This is gonna be. I hate you so much. And 26, yeah. So it's like, "You're not the real thing. I see you. I see you. You're just an illusion. A filthy, disgusting illusion. Talking eyeball flowers. You're reprehensible, is what you are." And are you gonna try to hold on to the illusion?
No. If he's like, oh, he'll do some other things. And then he's gonna give the advantage to Zach.
Fabulous. I love it. Now.
And he's gonna. This will probably be an opportunity attack, but he's gonna take some steps back.
Oh, that will definitely be an opportunity attack. It absolutely will. And I'm going to need you to also roll me a d10.
Oh, it uses eye stalks as an opportunity?
That's
a 10.
Oh, no. It has legendary actions, and there are 3 of you. So, at the end of each of your turns, we are definitely going to be doing that. And you see its central eye face you. Now tell me. Ooh, it crit fails. Its teeth are still stuck on the shield as it tries to reach out and bite you. There's- but one of its eye stalks. Oh shit! Please make me a dexterity saving throw.
Please stop it.
Oh god. 14.
Ooh. It
I
looks at
am
you.
going to burn. Sorry, let me. Magical guidance. So as Diraxis, well, actually, let's see what actually happens.
Is that an ability or a spell?
It's an ability.
Yeah.
It's part of the wild magic. See if it actually did. Nope. Okay.
Nope.
Is a sword. I had to burn a sorcery point. I was gonna
You
describe it differently if it did anything. It didn't.
So what does it do?
Oh, it basically allows me to re-roll.
Okay.
I mean,
fabulous.
above table.
So
I was gonna describe it
so
differently
tell
if
me-
it succeeded though.
yeah. So tell me about this. What are you going to actually do?
So, as Diraxis tries to dodge out of the way this thing that I don't know what it is yet, he's going to stumble, and he's going to look like he is going to save himself, but then he's going to hit another rock on the ground, and then just fall to the ground. And just look like a complete fool after doing something so cool to end it looking so sad.
Absolutely. You see this ray that is just black. It is the darkest black you've ever seen. Just go right where your head was as you fall down. And then you watch it as this ray just traces its darkness down across the rock until it hits you. And you are now going to need.
A
Do you have any
doctor?
resistances against necrotic damage by any chance?
Nope.
All right. You've just been hit with a death ray. It's doing 39 necrotic damage.
Oh god. Holy fuck.
Tell me, as Diraxis begins to sort of flash into and out of this realm, you can sort of, it's that ridiculous anime thing where you get struck with lightning and suddenly you can sort of see the skeleton for a little bit.
Yeah.
And you see Diraxis just flopping around on the ground.
He's just screaming in agonizing pain.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
necrotic just sears him to his very bones.
It's
He
horrifying.
That was devastating to him. Absolutely
It
devastating.
was. Yeah, now you know that we're not fucking around anymore. So, Reginald, what would you like to do? Your shield is gone. You see the Death Tyrant actually close its mouth and like do that a couple times to make sure that there's not something there.
I just watched Diraxis pull off that stunt, and I just think to myself, God dang, useless. And I start looking around.
Shit.
And you see me like look up almost to nothing, and a white silver eye flashes in front of Reginald's face as his arms almost have this ethereal glow to them, and he just reaches out and seems to like his hand seems to disappear a little bit. He grabs something, and you watch as he pulls through the veil of the ethereal realm, and a Bodak appears right next to him. Which
Fabulous.
the Bodak then stares directly into this thing's eyes, and it needs to do a saving throw. Go ahead and give me a con save.
All right, to do what?
In order to not be frightened. Is it
Oh.
unless it's immune to frightened?
Oh, absolutely. This is undead, honey. Undead don't get scared. So your Bodak appears,
Except the
and
flowery.
this death tyrant just stares at it, and you hear it giggle. Say, is that the best
Oh wait, no,
you've got?
That's the other thing. Okay, for the action, it's Withering Gaze. It needs to do a con save or take 4d10 damage.
What kind of damage? What is it doing?
It's necrotic. Is it immune to necrotic?
It's not immune to necrotic, but this is an undead fighting another undead, and they're made of necrotic energy. So
perfect. That's what I want. Just more something else there. And what I'm gonna look at him and be like, well, God, maybe I'm useless too. And greater invisibility. And I am out of here.
I love it. All right, fabulous. There is first, so the Bodak shows up. Roll me the Bodak's damage.
Okay, so that's, what did I say, 40-10?
Yeah. Give me that. Let's see what that looks like.
4d10 roll.
You can do it. You can do it. 26 damage. All right. It does not do nearly as much as you think it should.
Yep. That's about right, I guess. Okay.
And it stops and it says, "What are you doing? Where did you go, little one?" And
not here anymore. Please leave a message. And I run. I'm gonna run past the Bodak and over on this side.
Okay, fabulous. I am going to need you to roll me a d10. Let's see which legendary action it uses against you. This.
A 10. Look at that.
Oh shit, it's a death ray. So because you are invisible. 4, 5, 6.
Does it need, is it
9,
one of those
10.
things where it needs to see me to do it?
Nope. If the ray hits you, it hits you. But because you've gone invisible, it's going to fire wildly. So roll me a d10 and we shall see which of the 10 creatures on the field. A 10. All right, so that'll be 1, 2, starting up here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You watch as the halfling in the corner is just disintegrated by this death ray. Just gone, like it never existed. It seems like a dark patch in the universe appeared, sucked it through, and then disappeared. And now it is the turn of the Eye Tyrant. It sees the Bodak. It recognizes that it was harmed by that, but more than anything, it wants to kick the crap out of the thing that summoned the Florid. It wants you dead. It hates you so much. Hates you so much.
Oh god. I don't think
You're gonna get to roll your own demise. Roll me a d10. Duraxis. What's the first thing it hits you with?
5.
A 5. Let's see. Ooh. I need a DC 17 Constitution saving throw.
Shit. I'm gonna let me make sure I can't use. No.
You have two legendary saves.
There's no restriction on the magical guidance. Other than you can only use it once per thing. So I'm gonna do another one.
Oh, wait, seriously? You can just every turn you can re-roll.
I mean, it costs you a sorcery point. Here, let me put it up.
Okay, yeah, all right. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So there is a limit. It's the number of sorcery points you want to burn.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Constitution.
All right, what is this?
24!
Like you are casting?
Yes!
Very nice.
Oh god. I have 13 hit points, by the way.
As you are casting it, what does this look like?
Can you tell me what's happening so I could know how to respond to it? Or
Well,
the magical guidance
sure.
you're talking about?
Let's see. Let's
Yeah.
see what actually happens. So, because you got your save, you watch as this greenish ray comes streaking towards you. You see a few insects that get caught in the rays glow, start to wither and die as you are being hit with an enervating ray. And even though you made your save with 31 damage, you are still going to take 15.
Shit. Let me see
Oh,
if
yes.
there's anything I could do.
I don't know. I mean, if chat wants to help you out, but there's that. But
I mean,
unless
there's a way to negate the damage, there's.
Just use the legendary save.
What would that do?
even with the legendary resistance, you still take half damage because it just gives you an automatic save. The only thing that I can think of is a Wheel of Chaos. There's a chance that you would be able to do something with something there.
Yeah, I use my reaction. Yeah, so I'm.
You're done.
I get hit, and I'm down. Super down.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Draxus is like just passes out.
Hey Zach, roll me a d10.
I really don't want to.
Really, you're
Can
having
I forego the DM and not do that? I rolled a 4.
A 4.
I'd actually
Alright,
like to
let's
leave.
see.
And you just got haste.
I gotta go. Oh, who did?
Zach did.
Zach. Well, thank you, Pixie. That is glorious.
Thank
All right.
you very much.
So, with a 4, I'm going to need. Oh, it's a dexterity saving throw, which you have advantage on.
I have advantage on those. So you say hold shift down and push it, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's cool.
Use a little plus.
That is a dirty 20.
Ooh, a 20. Fabulous. The ray goes wide, but I'm going to need you to roll me another one.
Again, I really don't want to.
I would greatly appreciate
welcome to the game. Welcome to the game, Josh.
That's an 8.
An 8. Ooh. I would like another dexterity saving throw from you.
You know what? I have advantage on that, just in case you didn't know.
Let's see what happens. Ooh, and a 12.
12.
You have just been hit with a petrification
You can
ray.
use a legendary resistance, but
I
we
shall
have,
use my legendary resistance.
Just to recap what we have 1 + 2, 2 legendary resistances, and 1 advantage. So out of those things, the only thing that will help you is a resistance.
I shall use a legendary resistance. Thank you very much. And we have 1 advantage, yeah? That's the only thing I didn't note down. Yes, I shall use a legendary resistance, and as this beam comes towards me, this gold shimmer of something, this strange energy that Zach has never felt before, comes over him, and it just hits the shield and just bounces off.
Welcome, Raiders.
Hitting one of the
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you for raiding Rollers of Fate. We are in the middle of a fight with a death tyrant right now that they have stumbled into and then enraged with your filthy illusions.
Well, we didn't say hi.
True.
You did. You said hi for a moment. So it is obvious that this thing is willing to talk. Just not to people that tortured it for years. So, you used your legendary resistance. And now it is going to. What is the Bodak's AC?
The Bodak's AC, I have it right here on my phone.
Is it?
It's not 22. That's
No,
for sure.
no. All right, how many
Nope.
hit points does it have?
Just roll damage.
It's 16. It's 16.
16?
Yeah.
Oh, it's still up. It's still up.
How many hit points does it have so I can keep track?
It is 58.
58, so it's got 42.
That's more than Dirax's.
Fabulous.
Let me roll
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, it does. It looks around at all of you and it's just like, you will all end here, and I will raise you up as an army of my own. Zach, it is your turn.
That's probably the worst thing for him to hear. Not to mention the fact that he's just taken down somebody who Zach has gotten to know quite well over the past 10 days.
Yeah.
So, and also Zach is probably the worst person to try and have negotiations with anything. He hits things hard, not talky.
That's his negotiation style.
So, seeing the ray that takes down Drax, as he's begun to call him over the time, I look down to the floor, and you just watch as the shadows around. Is there any light sources around? Or is there any shadows being cast?
There are. You can see from like the moonlight and the starlight.
So the shadows that are cast around where Zach's standing, his own shadow begins to flicker, and it seems they all seem to pull in around him, and the shadow just forms up around his body and goes into his eyes. And as he opens them, you can just see the whites of his eyes are completely black, and all there is the yellow of his eyes that were there before. And I would like to rage.
Oh, dear.
Yes!
And as I charge forward, I will use these lippity bits here to sort of run up the side of the wall, draw the greatsword, leap into the air, spin it around, and bring it crashing down onto his head recklessly.
Fabulous.
That is
Roll me all of your attacks that you're gonna do
okay.
for this round.
So all of the attacks, yeah?
So there's
Okay.
one. All right, fabulous.
That's a 28 to hit. And as the sword crashes through him, I roll underneath it and sort of reverse grip the sword and stab underneath my arm into it. Again, recklessly.
I love it. I love it.
That's a natural 20.
Oh,
Oh,
my god.
Yeah!
And
That's-
as I pull the sword out of it, this fury comes around him as this green haste energy causes me to spin the blade around again, and I just sort of leap into the air and do a downward arc for my hasted attack, which again will be reckless.
Oh damn! This is brutal. You're
That
so
is
mean.
a 25 to hit.
Oh my god! All right, please roll me all of your damage.
Oh, I'm not finished.
You're
As that
being
happens,
mean to my eye tyrant.
I look over towards where Drax's body is laying on the floor, and I can't see where Reggie is. As far as I'm aware, that little colourful ray that hit him just caused him to disappear when he turned invisible. So my eyes, the whites of my eyes turn red, and I will use Action Surge to attack 2 more times. One will be an upward arc attack that will go straight into its mouth, and then I'll spin the blade round and jolt it straight into the eye, if I can. All reckless. That is a 28 to hit.
God.
Oh, God.
All right, give me your final one.
And a 28 to hit.
Okay.
That's 3 19s.
I think you're forgetting one attack per turn because of haste.
No. He put his haste in there.
Yeah.
No, you get one additional attack action. Which gives you one attack,
additional attack.
Yeah.
All right, so give me all that damage.
Okay, so
You
let
can
me see
just
how this is
you
going
can
to.
just click on the pink deal and it will just calculate it.
So the first damage is 13. The critical hit is 19.
19 total. Okay. So that's
15.
what, 32, 47, 59,
And
and
there's
last
one more to
one.
click on, isn't there?
59. So that's 74 damage.
And then, sorry, I peeked at your character sheet. You get like a bonus or something for the zealot.
Yes, I get a D6 for my zealot. Let me just do that.
Give me that little D6, because that's really what's going to make the difference
sprinkle.
here.
I mean, it might.
So that's an extra 2. I then get an
Okay.
extra 2 damage for each attack that I've done, so that's another 10 damage.
Okay.
I would also, if you wouldn't mind,
Hate you so much.
so I would also like for him to. Sorry, I need to find it on my character sheet. I would like
Thank
him
you
to
for the
make
follow,
me.
GM0.
Can he make me a strength saving throw, please, against DC 15?
So now it's my turn to say I would rather not. Let's. And he crits. What is this? What are you trying to do?
Let me just have a look. Okay, so as I've done all of these attacks, you watch as on the centerpiece of Zach's chest, this rune appears that begins to light up with flame, and the rune itself sort of breaks and cascades down his chest, down his arms, and out from where the blade was. These chains begin to wrap around the blade and then go to wrap around the Death Tyrant. The Death Tyrant will take 2d6 points of fire damage, but it will not be restrained because it passed its thing.
As these chains wrap around it, I'm going to need you to make me. No, you don't get a save because it critted on this. You're going to watch as these chains wrap around this eye tyrant. You're going to see it's a floating head, a floating skull. And you just watch it just start flipping around as fast as it can. And it twists the chains too fast for you to disentangle yourself. And you get knocked prone as you are just flipped by these chains.
Oh, ow. It will take an additional 6 points of fire damage, and then I will use half my movement to slam the sword into the ground and stand back up and get into a ready stance to fight it some more. That's my turn.
This thing is just horrified at what just happened to it. It is just like, it starts screaming, "You're just like, I hate you so much. I was trying to get away from Kilnasi. You can't hitting me." And just, it is now going to fly straight up. Its entire movement. Which isn't a lot. It's 20 feet.
It like slowly drifts up.
Yeah, it's like, so it's going to fly 20 feet up. And look at you, Zach. And roll me a d10, please, as it fires. Now that you have done severe damage to it, I might not let you roll anymore. It might start choosing. But for now, for this round, at least.
10.
Ooh, please give me
Did it take an
a
opportunity
dexterity
attack?
save. This is what?
Did it take an opportunity attack?
It didn't move
No,
away from me.
I'm going to say that it happened while you were prone.
Okay.
That's part of its crit. Is it like flipped you around and like it knows what's going on here.
That's a 20 non-natural.
Oh my god. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous, I say. No damage.
As the ray, I'm guessing with the 10 it's a death ray.
Yeah, so as you see this coursing black, you see the trail that it left in the rock over Duraxis and then what it did to Duraxis. You saw how it just destroyed outright a pirate. And you watch as your chains are retracting again, this black ray seems to just bounce off one of them, and as it is not a living thing, it just gets deflected. It does not like you.
Not my friend out.
As we are beginning a new round, you hear this howl from the Death Tyrant. You see red lights that look like the disembodied eyes on the Death Tyrant begin to just rise up everywhere out of the ground. Everyone must make me a DC 17 dexterity save.
I'm unconscious.
You are, so you are automatically grappled. All right.
One from Zach.
So that's, and hey, Reginald.
And a 5.
Ooh! Reginald, you are grappled.
Does the fact that Reginald's invisible matter at all? Is
Nope,
this like an area
not
of
at
effect
all.
hug?
It is that. But it very specifically also says that anything even on the ethereal plane is affected.
Oh wow.
So it doesn't matter if you are physical or invisible or ethereal, it's gonna get you. You hear it begin to chant. Roll me a death save, Duraxis. You know what I will say? Because this is a saving throw, if you use your legendary resistance on this, I'll let you treat it like it's a crit.
Oh, bet. Yeah. 100%. Let's do that.
What was the DC for the grapple?
17.
Okay, so the Bodak saves.
All right, fabulous. None of the pirates do, though. They're all stuck. And now the pirates are just screaming in terror because now they're being grappled by invisible things that are dragging them to the floor. Tell me, Duraxis, with your 1 hit point, what would you like to do?
like just wakes up, just like coughing blood. Is just like staring up into the sky, and just like feels like he's being held down by this invisible force, and the only thing he can think to do is his arm slowly reaches up, shaking, and he touches the helmet, and he teleports himself just over here and away out of the grapple. And just he's still on the ground. He is still just sputtering, but he's no longer being held.
All right.
And he doesn't have enough energy to get.
He sure doesn't. He's a mess, is what he is. All right.
But what he is going to do is, along with that teleport, he is going to do a quicken, and he is going to minor illusion his body into that of a rock, and try to just look like a rock while he figures out what the fuck to do next.
I love it. Oh my god, that's hilarious. All right, Reginald, what's going on over there? Oh, sorry. Hold on. Duraxis, please roll me a d10.
Okay.
Let's see which of these
5.
we are going to. All of these now, because you are obviously the biggest threat on the field, are aimed at our little friend Zach.
Okay, I was like,
here.
holy fuck, Kyle, I can't take any more damage.
Yeah, no.
Calm
This
down.
is, I need a Constitution saving throw from you, please, Zach.
Let me just check my rage. I'm not sure if I get advantage of those.
You don't. It's strength and dexterity.
Okay, that's fine. So, I'll never need to take some action. Sadly.
I mean, it's not sad for me because you just brutalized him.
That's a 9. Although I
Uh,
shall use a legendary resistance to negate that. I'll lose.
I
That's
thought
my
we had
last
already
one.
used both
Yeah,
of them.
we did, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Did we?
So if somebody wants to sub or gift a sub, we can get another legendary resistance and help that out. But for now,
it's a legendary
yeah.
resistance per. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Per sub.
It's a pool. It's
There's-
a pool of them.
Yeah.
We do have a
There
plus
is-
2.
I don't.
Oh,
think
we also have an
that's-
advantage.
Plus
We have an
2.
advantage.
I shall do it with
Oh,
advantage.
so yeah, absolutely fabulous.
Oh, and we just got another one, so we have one left.
Oh,
That's
delightful.
a natural 20.
Oh,
I just have
damn! You feel that greenish ray that took down Diraxis flash at you. You can feel it is actively opening up a rift inside you to the negative energy plane. And you can feel your life just being sucked right out of it. I would like you to roll me a d10. So you succeeded, so you're only going to take half damage. Now I want to see what's going on with this d10. What'd you get?
That's 7.
A 7. So you're only going to take 70% of that.
Before you roll.
You're trying to ruin my day again.
I
feel
am,
like
yes.
you're trying to ruin my day.
As the beam hits me and the damage tries to come through it, the armor itself begins to light up with this reddy purple filigree, similar to how the Black Panther suit charges up. And
I love it.
I'm going to use it's my magic item, Mismium Armor. Whenever I make a strength or constitution throw against a magical effect, not a spell, but a magical effect, and I pass it and I would only take half damage, I instead take no damage.
You
Wow.
use all of your strength, your understanding as you have traveled through the plains to just force this tiny little rift inside of you to close on its own. And you hear the Eye Tyrant howl.
Anybody wants to see it?
It is so pissed off right now. It's... yes, Reginald, it is your turn. What are you going to do?
So first off, I'm going to have the Bodak. He's been like crouching and hiding his face, and he's going to look up directly at the thing again and roll that same damage. It may
Fabulous.
be resistant, but if it keeps hitting it, then
So what's the saving throw?
it is a con.
All right. Let's see. Does 16 make it?
It does. So it
All
takes
right.
half of this.
Crazy damage.
Half of
Ooh,
44.
44. Damn.
Yeah, it's a lot, dude.
Oh my
Bodaks
God.
are crazy. And you see so nobody knows where Reginald is standing, but right in front of me, there's going to be this smoke that kind of rises up in the form of a phantasmal smoky lich, and it looks up towards the Death Tyrant and just floats up to it and puts its hand on it, and you see sparks as I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds, but I'm changing the damage to lightning.
Oh, damn. Okay. So it's seeing like its worst nightmare, and it's
Yes. Yes.
just...
And
It is
as it
just
does it,
losing
it's so since I'm casting it, do I get advantage on it because it doesn't see where I am? Because it's an attack roll.
Yeah, you would. You get advantage on it.
Let's see what I get.
All right, let's see if you can do it.
He's
21.
about to get a shot.
God. You do. As
Okay.
this, you hear this death tyrant is now screaming at the top of its lungs as it is being confronted with the fact that it is powerless in this situation. It seems like nothing is hitting. Everybody is dodging out of the way. Its literal nightmares are suddenly appearing in front of it.
It's going to take 24 lightning damage as this crazed-looking smile just shocks this thing.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's not. It's losing its mind a little bit. It's definitely not super excited about you all. As all of these things are happening, so please roll me a d10.
Okay, let's see. 8.
An 8. Zach, I'm definitely good. So now there's Zach and the Bodok and things, but Zach, you're definitely the bigger threat. Please roll me another dexterity saving throw.
That's fair. That's fair. That is a 13.
Ooh, you have now been hit with the petrification ray. You are restrained.
Okey-dokey-do.
And now I would like each of you to roll me another d10 as it begins to fire up its eye rays.
9.
A 9,
Another 8.
an 8, and
7.
and
7,
a
8, 9.
7. 7, 8, 9. Here we go. All right,
Yes, you did.
Zach, I need a wisdom saving throw, a dexterity saving throw, and another dexterity saving throw from you.
Okay, so we'll go for wisdom
dang.
first. I will
Okay.
use, I believe Pixie gave me advantage in the chat.
Yes, she did. All
So I
right.
will use advantage on the wisdom,
All right, let's do
because
it.
that's my lowest result. That's a 7.
Oh, dear.
What was the other saves?
Dex
Well,
and
You are, so technically you're now asleep. So you're restrained and asleep. And since you are asleep, you cannot do dexterity saving throws.
I think I failed them because I'm restrained anyway, so...
Yeah, so you get hit first with another petrification ray. And I'm going to say that counts as your second failure. You have one more failure before you are turned to stone.
I'm getting stoned.
You are. And it's finally gonna get back at you. 44 damage, force damage to you.
That's almost half my health.
You hear it begin chuckling, saying, "You will never end me." And now, Zach, you have been woken up again, but you are still restrained. So you got put to sleep, turned to stone a little more, and then got slammed with a bunch of damage that woke you up.
Can I still do anything while restrained?
Restrained simply means that you have no movement.
Okay.
So you can do other things.
Okay, so I'm going to see the Death Tyrant up there, and not quite... I can't move as in move towards it, but I can still just about move my arms. It's a bit crunchy and creaky with the turn into stone thing, but I just take the great sword, smile, pull it back and I just throw it at him. And as I throw it at him, I will say a command word in giant, and the sword, as it seems to have some sort of a chaotic motion to it, as this command word hits it, it begins to glow, and it has a rhythmic sort of feel to it as it spins around like a saw blade and smashes into the Death Tyrant. So I get to make an attack roll. I can't do it recklessly. This is my bonus action, by the way.
So your bonus action is to release the sword.
And to attack with it. That is a 24 to hit.
All right, that hits. It looks at you and he's like, "What are you doing?"
That is 15 points of damage because I'm raging.
Oh my god. This thing, like, there are just like huge chunks of bone missing from various parts of this thing as you have just like screwed it up over and over and over again. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
The sword, instead of coming back to me, the sword sort of hovers in place and begins doing a jig in front of it as it is dancing in front of it. Because it is a dancing sword. I believe I need to make a save for my last petrification. That will be the next thing I'll do.
You do.
Is it con?
It is
Dex.
Wait, is it? No, it's dexterity. Wait, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Dex.
It's dexterity.
I still have advantage.
Let's see.
Oh, the advantage didn't work. That's a 17.
You just made it.
You made it,
Yes,
though.
Oh my god, you just made it. That's the DC was 17. Oh my god. Yeah. You are no longer restrained, but it is the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Now roll me a d10, please.
Don't hit him.
I really must protest. That's a
Really
2.
not ideal.
Okay. All right. 2 is fine. Like, on these I-rays, definitely lower is better. So I need another Constitution saving throw, please. That's
a 19.
All right. You save. You are not paralyzed. So that's good.
Oh,
Lower is worse, but yet a 2 is paralyzed.
Yeah, that's fine because it's not a death or disintegration
Yeah, I suppose,
or innovation, right? You know,
it just seems all bad.
Yeah,
no,
it
is.
It's not great.
Yeah.
Daraxis, you are curled up as a rock over in the corner with your 1 hit point. Why don't you tell me what you're gonna do?
Daraxis is trying so hard to like not just like sobbing openly and loudly giving away his position because he has not been in this much pain in a really, really, really long time, if ever. He's used to getting hurt, and but
thank you for the follow, Dino.
And this is beyond what normally experiences. He is again not going to get up because he physically cannot, but he is going to try. He is going to just like lean over ever so slightly and like look at the Death Tyrant, and he is actually going to subtle cast Fireball and just nuke this thing.
Are you centering it on the Death Tyrant? Be quiet.
No,
be quiet. Are you centering this on the Death Tyrant?
No, it's gonna sacrifice.
Mike. I swear to God, I'm gonna lose. You're gonna lose your fucking turn for that.
I was gonna actually. Let me check the footage. I'm perfectly willing to sacrifice that pirate.
Okay. All right.
This is gonna be at 5th level.
What?
Yeah.
20
so like
rude
center
monster.
like right here.
Oh my God. Center it right here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's see where here is.
Is that 20 feet? I can move it.
So is that where you are? None of this metagaming bullshit.
I
You
can't.
are
I
on the
can't.
floor dying. You are on the floor dying, barely conscious, and you're trying to analyze exactly where you're going to place this to avoid hurting your friends. I get it. You don't want to hit your friends, but
Yeah,
let's
shit. And like
keep the
in this
metagaming
area,
to a minimum,
right here,
please.
right between the pirate and this guy.
Okay, so it's right between. So I'm going to put it on this corner right here.
Yeah.
Is where that is. Okay. There's. So sadly, you are going to hit Reginald.
Okay.
So roll me damage.
What's that? 36.
Okay. I am going to. So this pirate's just insane. Like, he's there, and then you see, like, the fireball sort of behind him begin to explode, and then just pirate's gone. Like, the pirate's just gone. Ooh, Reginald. Yeah, you definitely. You get hit with 36 damage.
We do have another advantage, but that's our last one.
Ooh, all right.
Should I use it or no?
Yes.
Yeah, you should probably. I mean,
yes, you should.
I agree.
Nat 20.
Oh damn. Okay. For a nat 20, you're only going to take half damage, and with that, I will give you advantage on your concentration saving throw to maintain your invisibility.
Okay, I'll do that first. That's a dirty 21.
Yeah.
I'm also going to absorb elements, and I'll just during this whole thing, I'll just be like, "What does he do?" God fucking damn it! And then you just see this shimmer of red that forms around my area.
He's doing his best.
Diraxis.
And I'll only take half of that half.
Okay, so you're gonna take, what was it, 36? So you take 9 damage from this, and there is a sort of flicker as the flames go around you, as you somehow utilize the magic inherent in your invisibility spell to sort of part the flames so that it doesn't hurt you quite as much. There's and let's see, Death Tyrant, how's your dex? Oh, you don't have extra saves on your dex like you do everything else.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
You're wrecked.
Oh dear. Tell me, Diraxis, how this thing died.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Okay, so instead of like the traditional fireball where like the fireball like comes down, because it was subtly cast, Diraxis is actually going to. It's going to be more of like, not an implosion, but it's going to like spark and start from inside its giant mouth, and then just explode outward. And the pirate doesn't actually die from the fire, but from the bone shrapnel shards that hit it as it just explodes. And then as soon as Diraxis sees that the bone is it's like destroyed, he's just slipping unconscious. He gave everything he had with that spell. So he's
absolutely.
He's not doing saving throws.
He's asleep.
He's yeah. For an elf that doesn't sleep a lot, he sure sleeps a lot.
As you watch this fireball explode, there is that sort of after image in your eyes, in everybody's eyes, of this just ball of light. And as your eyes begin to get back to normal, that light doesn't fade. And as your eyes get more back to normal, you realize that there is something there in front of you. And you hear, well, oh my goodness. What is all this? And you see one small dark patch appear in the middle. And 10 small bright lights appear around it. And you realize that the terror that you inflicted on this death tyrant actually gave it a straight up flashback to when the Florid was born. And you are now meeting the Florid's sister.
No way! Oh my gosh! Yes!
We can call
She is
you-
known as the Illuminati.
Oh,
Oh.
I was gonna call you Florida, but I guess Illuminati can.
Nope, you sure aren't.
Well,
Not gonna
see,
put that crap name in my campaign. How dare you? Standing before you is what looks like just a glowing orb of light with smaller orbs floating around it. She steps up to you and she says, well, my goodness, I guess I have you to thank for being born. How nice.
Sorry, who's... Yes, thank you for those emotes. That
Talking
is...
right now.
Yeah, sorry, above table, who's she talking to?
She's talking to Diraxis.
Okay, I guess Diraxis woke up.
Well, no, you can still be asleep.
Oh, okay.
She's newborn.
Okay.
There's things she's gonna have to learn. Like the difference between awake and asleep.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, you seem so nice. Why aren't you moving?
He just like twitches. Just
Um,
a wee bit.
but you you feel like this sort of one of the eyes sort of comes down and sort of rolls you over, and then a different one goes to your back and sort of rolls you back over, and then she's like, I don't know, is this helping? Is this? I don't know. Let's try this. And you suddenly feel this jolt as she is the sister of the Florid, and she does 37 healing for you with one of her eye rays.
Whoa! Florid, what are you doing
I'm
here?
not the Florid. I'm the
Oh.
Illuminati.
Oh. Hello?
Well, how are you?
Looks at himself. Well, better now. Thank you.
Well, that's good. Well, it's so nice to meet you.
Yeah.
How
like,
are you?
Kind of like he sits up, like, I've been better, but I can also say that I've been worse.
Oh, Dad, it's so nice that you're better now. And she'll sort of like wander from you over to Zach.
He
And
like
be like,
he like looks over. He like looks over
Dad,
at
how are
Reginald
you?
and says, and like mouths, "Dad." Like
you keep sort of collecting children
Yeah, I mean, man,
throughout the multiverse.
keep it in your cosmological pants or cosmic pants.
And she sees that like the sword is still up there dancing, and she sort of jumps up there and sort of like learns like whatever is like the jitterbug that the sword's doing. She starts like imitating it, and she's like learning to dance from the sword. She's like, you're the fun dad, I bet.
Yes, I am.
Well, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to see all the things I can do. This is going to be great. And as she says that, she like starts firing eye rays off, just sort of in general, like seeing what's happening.
Just into the air.
Yeah, just sort of like she's just sort of checking things out. It's sort of like, stretching your arms for the first time. She's like, oh, that's fun. And she fires one portal into the air, and it creates a huge portal. And you see the Florid come floating down out of the portal. She's like, oh, you must be my new sister. Oh, I felt it when you were born. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we both came from the same death tower. That's great. I love it. Oh my goodness. Come on. We got to go. I need to introduce you to everybody. It's gonna be great. Oh, hi boys. Bye boys. And she drags
them.
Yeah, she drags her sister, her newly formed sister, back to Delver's Stream. Apparently, the Illuminati can create teleportation portals.
I went from being a father of one to a father of two to a father of none within the matter of seconds. I don't know how to feel about this.
Wait.
And I go to lean on a rock and realise that it's actually Reggie there, still invisible.
Yeah, I shut off the invisibility and I'm like, man, I'm just as confused as you. I have no idea who they were.
Yeah, that's super exciting.
Oh, sorry, Dublin gave me the I need to pee eyes, so I missed after.
The Florid. So the Florid, the Illuminati.
Sorry.
Can create portals.
Oh.
And portaled the Florid over.
Oh.
Because they're sisters, and so they always know where the other one is, apparently.
Yeah.
And the Florid dragged her back over to Delver Stream, so you are alone again on the beach with the 4 surviving pirates. Only 2 of them died, which is impressive.
One of them we killed.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a murderer.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I could do with taking a quick breather after that fight. Don't stretch my legs a little bit. I hadn't had to fight like that for a while.
Draxus is like, he's lying on the ground, like sitting up barely with one arm, and he just kind of like gestures to his whole self, be like, yeah, I think I'll join you.
I guess we'll set up camp.
As you all try to start setting up camp, you see several lights flash from the flagship. And then one of the pirates that's with you pulls out a lantern and begins flashing a light back to the ship. They say, it's okay. Hold on just a minute. We'll have some place to stay in just a sec. And you watch as the ship gets closer and closer to the rocky shore, and when it can no longer sail, you watch it sprout hundreds of feet as it starts sort of walking over all of the rocks.
Why didn't it just do that in the first place? Why? I'm so confused.
Because we had to make sure that it's safe. I mean, we're not going to take our ship someplace it's not safe.
It's a giant mimic. It could have eaten the Death Tyrant.
Actually, it can't. Not with that much necrotic energy.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know. I don't pretend to understand it.
That level, I mean, imagine if you had something inside you that was constantly damaging you every couple of seconds.
We won't go into one of those stories right now. I need a rest.
You watch as the mimic pulls itself up onto a rocky outcropping and begins reshaping itself. And you see its long tongue start to solidify itself into a bridge across the water, turning itself into stone. And as you watch, the mimic forms itself into a building 200 feet tall. Standing upright on the island, you see several eyes sprout and look at you expectantly. And you hear Dapple Dreary Sauce from the top. Listen, you guys, listen. Listen, you got it. Our old chef wasn't great, and now it's all hungry for the new stuff. So, I'm gonna need you to go and, like, I don't know if you brought anything with you, but it definitely needs some spices. All right. So if you could grab something while you're down there. And she's talking to you from the very top of this building.
Draxus just like looks around at like just stone and like water and like not a single plant in sight. It's just like
We could rock dust, maybe? Or death tyrant dust?
I bet that would be spicy.
Have an aroma of death to your meal, I reckon.
I mean, there's always the barbecued pirate that Daraxus gave us.
Oh, damn! Oh, damn! That bus came out of nowhere. Shit! Shit just got thrown.
The
right
shrapnel, the shrapnel from the Bone Tyrant killed him, actually. So he is currently uncooked.
So
he's just impaled.
These singe marks that I have on me weren't from you either, I bet, right?
Oh, that was me.
Yeah.
You're welcome for saving all of our lives.
Listen, you didn't know I was there. I was invisible.
Yeah.
If you do that again, you will not wake up. That's
well.
First one's free.
I guess
After
next
that,
time
you
I'll
have to pay.
just see invisibility. Yeah, that perfect.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
First one's free. You know,
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah,
Give
well,
Drax
the
the benefit
thing
of the
is
doubt.
I don't actually ever go to sleep, so. Let's see here, which it's quite a lot.
About to say, you did definitely look like you were passed out over there, but I mean, listen, it wasn't no big deal, you know.
Over where, all I could see was an oddly placed rock.
That's fair, you know.
Yeah, I kind of made myself. The only thing I could think to do.
And you did well.
Um,
With that, fair adventurers, with the construction of a giant mimic fort, after beating a death tyrant and giving birth to that, by the way, the Illuminati was not supposed to happen, but you kept showing it its worst fears over and over and over again because you're monsters.
Yeah.
I think we all learned who the real monster is today.
it's Kyle. Am I right, guys?
Probably.
Is
I mean, yeah. But that's where we shall end our session.
Yeah,
I would like to give a huge
man.
shout out. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. It was delightful. It's so much fun. Just sort of
Great.
being on the ship, getting to know everybody for a while, and then abusing an undead monster. Yeah, you're all terrible people.
I thought
You should be ashamed.
I thought that I was like, oh, this is the time that Draxus is gonna die. I was like, holy fuck, because I was like, even if he gets up, even if he gets healed, like he doesn't have enough hit points to deal with even saving those rays. I was like,
Absolutely not.
I thought I was gone.
No, so I want to say thank you, everybody. So everybody hit ! raffle to join the raffle for Phoenix Dice. If you win, you get to pick any set of the Phoenix Dice that you want on their entire website. It is glorious. And in the meantime, I'd like to hear favorite moments. So, hey, Duraxis, what was your favorite moment today?
Oh man, I think when Duraxis had yet another child, essentially, where he's, I guess a dad.
Yeah.
A bunch of can't think of the name right now. It's escaping me.
Bunch of beholders.
The ant
Yeah.
people.
And the Formians.
The Formians, the
Your dad
Formians.
to the Formians.
And now to a beholder.
And now, yeah, absolutely.
So that wasn't expecting
Perfect.
that.
I love it. What about you, Reginald? What was your favorite?
Definitely, me having a mental breakdown on deck with the pirates, and then just like elsewhere, it's just Zach cooking with another ghost pirate. Like, we get each other.
Such different reactions.
Right.
I love it. Oh my god. Yeah. Hey, how are ya? And what about Zach? What was Zach's favorite moment?
Other than unleashing absolute carnage on the Death Tyrant,
Yeah.
I would have to say the death of the Death Tyrant. The description of it was just.
Oh, thank you.
I loved it. Yeah, I was not prepared for Zach's brutality there. That was a lot. That was a lot of things to a lot of people.
I wasn't expecting the haste. Thank you very much for the haste.
Right? Yeah, no, that
thank
was
you,
great.
Pixie.
That was delightful. So thank you again. Let's see who wins the Phoenix Dice. And while we are getting that set up, I would like to say, hey, run down to our About section, check out all of our fabulous sponsors, and if you want to see more of Zach, you can see them on a fabulous Stream Team show in the Rolling Together Stream Team called Roll Together. And when are you on that? Is that Tuesdays right before us?
Yes, Tuesday's right before. So the next
What-
4 more weeks.
What character do
you
you
can
play
have-
in that?
I am playing a character called Jakaf, who is a Simic hybrid. He is humanoid looking with a lot of dragon scales on him for reasons.
Nice.
Oh, reasons.
Oh.
Reasons are good.
Well, oh dear, reasons. Unacceptable. So you can have 6 hours of Zach. You have 6 hours of Josh at least. You have 3 hours of Zach. You have 6 hours of Josh.
Unfiltered.
April is Josh month.
If you want. So Tuesdays is Josh Day from now on, apparently. And hey, who has won the dice?
All right, we're closing it up.
Let's see.
And the winner is.
Oh my God, Josh! So
Josh!
as the winner, you have, because you're on stream, you have the choice to either accept the dice with grace and equanimity, or to offer it to chat. So which would you like? Would you like to keep them because they are delightful? They are fabulous dice.
They are fabulous and delightful dice. However, I would like to give it to somebody in chat, I think.
Oh, all right. Fabulous. Let's roll it again. Let's see.
Let's do it. McBlow!
Mac!
Nice.
Yay, Mac. I get to play every week with Mac on the Dead Aussie Gamer channel in a Curse of Strahd campaign. So that's delightful. So absolutely, Mac, send me a message in Discord and I will get you hooked up with some fabulous Phoenix Dice. Yay. And with that, we are going to go raid into Carney Sideshow. Stick around for the raid. You get a whole bunch of extra ally points so that you can use it on fabulous stuff like giving people advantage and haste so that I can't murder my players, which is rude of you.
As easily.
But
Me too.
remember, when we raid, we tell everybody in the new chat what we're bringing to the potluck. I personally am going to bring eye tyrant shards that killed the pirate instead of fire, is what I'm going to bring. Obviously.
I'm gonna bring a rock-shaped dark elf.
Definitely some beholder bits. Just all the bits that I
Absolutely.
got.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dalton
You are.
Greatsword.
There you go.
Greatsword.
Yes.
And a dancing greatsword. Delight. I need to know what dance the greatsword is doing
That
for
is
next
that is
time.
a really.
I need to know this. Mwah! Thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you
Take care, everybody.
tomorrow.